So, what is your date of birth, or how old are you?
I'm 27 years old.
27, and you're a male.
Correct.
Do you have any family history of heart disease, e.g. stroke or heart attack?
No, I don't.
No. Do you currently smoke?
No.
What is your current physical activity exercise levels?
I probably go to the gym 3 times a week and probably moderate intensity exercises.
Yep, so for how long?
Probably 60 minutes per session.
60 minutes. Yep. And what is your height and your weight?
My height is 178 centimetres and I'm 84 kilos.
Yep. Have you ever been told you have higher blood pressure?
No.
Have you ever been told you have high cholesterol?
No.
High blood sugar?
Nope.
Have you spent time in hospital, including day admission for any medical conditions, illnesses, or injury in the last 12 months?
No, I haven't.
Are you currently taking any medications?
No.
Have you given birth in the last 12 months or been pregnant?
No.
Do you have any muscle, bone, or joint pain or soreness that is made worse by any particular type of activity?
No.
That is all fine, so that's 0. How active would you say is your job?
Not very active at all.
Yes, so how active would you say is your day?
Probably not very active.
So light.
Light.
How many hours of sleep do you get per night?
Only 6 hours per night.
Yeah. In the past month, how often have you been physically restricted by your health?
Not once or twice, probably.
In the past month, have you been emotionally affected by your health?
Probably once or twice as well.
How would you best describe your diet? Would you feel that it's healthy and doesn't require changing? Would you say there's a few changes you could make to improve it? Or would you say that your diet requires a number of changes?
I feel that there are a few changes that I could make to my diet too.
How much time can you commit to your exercise plan?
I can dedicate a bit of time to it. I think it's important to me, so probably like
How many times?
3 per week.
3, 4.
30 minutes. 60 minutes probably, sorry.
I think you want 1 session per week. What time of day would you prefer to exercise?
In the afternoon.
Yep. And what day would you like? Do you think we can train on?
Probably Wednesday.
Yep. What fitness activities interest you?
Walking, running,
Yep.
rowing, free weights. Yeah. Stretching.
Yeah, stretching definitely. I think. What intensity of exercise would you like? What intensity would you like to exercise at?
Moderate.
Is there any activities that don't interest you?
Yeah, probably weight machines.
Cool. So I'm just going to get you to perform a supine bridge, if that's okay. I'm just going to palpate some muscles. So if you just want to thrust your hips up, I'm just going to palpate your glutes. I can feel they've definitely contracted. The core muscle working in this exercise. Your hamstrings also feel contracted, and they're nice and tight, and they're supporting those glutes.
Yep.
Your lumbar extensor muscles, they're supporting your back and keeping that. I can feel it's nice and neutral.
Yep.
It's holding strong, and yeah, they're all working together to support your glutes. So yeah, you can pop back down now.
Cool, thank you.
So we're just going to perform postural assessment statically. So if you could just remove your shoes and your jumper, that would be really helpful, just so we can get a good look at your posture.
Yep.
Just put them. So if you just want to You just want to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, just how you comfortably would stand.
Yep.
I'm just going to have a look, just around. So you do slightly have rounded shoulders, just obviously due to your job probably sitting down a lot of the day, your
Yep.
shoulders have started to round, and you do have a bit of a slight anterior pelvic tilt. So we're just going to make sure that when exercising we really focus on keeping that spine nice and neutral, keeping that back nice and up straight, and keeping your head, try and keep your head aligned with your back, so we don't want you leaning forward, and that we really should try and focus on some core strengthening exercises, because obviously sitting down all day we really want to get that core nice and strong to really help support the back. So
Yeah. Cool.
So we're just going to do a functional movement record. So I'm just going to get you to do 4 exercises, just really simply, and observe how you do them and just give you some feedback on them. So
Yep.
we're going to start off with squat. If you just want to stand
Yep.
and just perform a squat how you normally would, and I'm just going to observe you.
Sure.
Yep, so do you want to do another one? Yeah, so it's really good. You got your squat was nice and deep. You achieved a 90-degree angle.
Yep.
Your knees followed over your toes nicely. Your feet you could probably turn your feet out a bit more, and maybe spread your legs out a bit further.
Yep.
You obtained a really nice neutral spine, which is good, with your head all in line with it. Your heels were nice and firmly planted, which is what we want to see. Next up, do you want to perform a lunge?
Sure.
Yep, and another lunge. Yes, that was really good. Probably just want to make sure that your spine and your head are all nice and in line with each other, and
Yep.
that you're looking straight ahead. It's really good. Your toes and knee were nicely in line, and your back knee was dropping really low to the ground, which is what we want to see.
Mhm.
Your knee didn't look too shaky at all, which is good. So obviously you were stepping out far enough that it wasn't too uncomfortable. Next up, would you mind getting down and doing a push-up?
Yep.
Yeah, do you want to do that again? I just want to watch.
Yep.
Yes, that was a really nice and deep push-up. You got your chest really low to the ground, which is good. And your spine was nice and neutral. You could see that your arms was the main muscle working. It wasn't anything else. You were really pushing through with your biceps and your triceps, really doing the work. Next up, would you mind performing a deadlift? You can use these
Yeah, sure.
as pretend weights. Yep, so if you want to just... Yep, you probably just want to be careful with the snapping back, just to make sure that it's nice and slow movement, and that you're really bending at your... that you're really bending at your hips,
Mhm.
which I could see you worked, that it was only... Your back was nice and neutral, because we really want to make sure that spine's nice and in line with your head as well, keeping it all nice and straight. And you could definitely see that it was your hamstrings were the main primary muscle
Yep.
that was working. So that was good. So we're just going to complete a shoulder flexion test. So I'm just going to have you lying back on your back with your knees up, and I want you to try and keep your arm as straight as possible and bring it above your head and touch your index finger onto the ground. Yep. Can you do that now with your other arm as well? Yep. Now I want you to lie with both arms, put them straight back together and touch both your index fingers on the ground. Now I want you to put your legs out flat
Mhm.
and do that again with one arm at a time. Yep, good work. And your other arm as well, keeping that arm nice and straight. I don't want you bending it. And now both arms at the same time. Good work. So that's really good. We can see you have good shoulder flexion. You are able to touch your fingers with both fingers back on the ground. So now we're going to move. If you just want to lie on this table for me. Yep. So if you lie back, we're just going to do a Thomas test to test with your hip flexion. So I want you to bring both knees up to your chest and squeeze them. And now I want you to release one leg, hold on to the other. Release one and, yep, so you could comfortably get that to the ground. Now we'd like you to do it with your other leg as well. So this is just testing the flexion in your hips. And as you can see, you are able to get that back onto the table. So you obviously, it's a negative score, so you're able to, you have good flexion in your hips, which is really good to see.